Okay. So let's have a quick recap what we have discussed in the last session. In the last session, we have learned about how we can create our AWS account and how we can create our Linux EC2 machine. In today's session, we are going to discuss about how we can create our Linux machine again, and we are going to learn about how we can connect our Linux machine with the help of Git. And in today's session, we are going to start by using, we are going to start learning about some basic of the Linux. But before starting of the Linux commands, again, I'm sharing my team contact details in the chat box to all of you. And I'm again sharing the course content link also in the chat box. And I'm sharing our WhatsApp group link. If you are not in our WhatsApp group of AWS Devops batch 153, you can join this particular group by using the link which is shared in the chat box. So we'll start with our today's topic, but before starting of the today's topic, any question anyone have, please let me know. Yes, Sula, you have raised your hand, you can unmute.
Yeah, I was asking because yesterday I was trying to raise my hand, but it's not, the function is not enabled. That's why I sent the text. If you can send me the Zoom ID so that I can log in using the normal.
The way you are joining the session in upcoming days also, same way you can join upcoming sessions also.
Okay, well, it's good now. At least you'll be able to see my hand raised.
So you have an option, you can raise your hand. Whenever you have any question, you can raise your hand. I'll definitely give you the chance to unmute yourself.
Okay, yeah, because when I click on the raised hand thing, it doesn't like change the color to like a bold yellow or something. It's just still the same.
Yes, you just need to raise your hand, and whenever your turn will come, definitely you will get a chance to speak.
Okay. Yeah, well, I just want to go back to the
you
payment. I just want to go back to the payment thing. Like I'm in the United States. Well, when I pay, are they going to charge me any international fee for that?
No, there is no additional fees you need to pay for that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So I've shared the payment link in the chat box also. By using this payment link, you can make the payment also. Even the same payment link we have already shared in our WhatsApp group also. You can check that also.
Yeah, I attempted to do the payment last night, but because of the payment, I remember you mentioned that if you do payment, international fees are applicable. That's why I said, okay,
no, you don't need to pay any additional fees
to get that verified.
International. Don't worry, you don't need to pay any additional fees for that. Okay.
All right, thank you. Okay.
Yes, Gopinath, you can unmute. Gopinath, you can unmute yourself. Gopinath, you have already unmuted yourself. You can ask your question.
Sir, I did not getting region, sir, in India, Asian side. My region is in AWS account is choosing only Virginia and Hong Kong, like, sir. Did not choosing Asia, Mumbai and Hyderabad, sir.
Hyderabad region is by default disabled in new AWS account.
Okay, so and Mumbai is not displaying, sir, my account.
Mumbai is not displaying you.
No, sir, it's disabled.
Only two regions it is showing you.
Only US only, sir.
You are from which location? Gopi?
US accounts only, sir. I did not. I am from Vijayawada, sir. Andhra Pradesh.
From Andhra Pradesh. You are saying that it is only enable Virginia region and only US regions, or any more regions?
US only regions only, sir.
I'm listening this first time, Gopinath. You can do one thing. Take a screenshot, drop me an email. I will check and I'm going to reply, because this is the first time in my career I'm listening that you are saying that only Mumbai regions are US regions are enabled, not other region. But yeah, I'm aware of that. Hong Kong region and Hyderabad region is not by default enabled. We need to enable it. But Mumbai region is by default enabled whenever you're creating your AWS account.
Yes, okay. I will screenshot and send to your mail, sir.
Drop me an email with proper details and make sure when you're going to mention a batch number, I will check and I'm going to reply.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Anyone have any more questions? You can please raise your hand. Yes, Sula, you can unmute.
No, I was just going to say that I don't have any issues with the regions. Yeah, I think where I am, I have access to all the regions.
Okay, thank you. Anyone have any question? No questions. So let's start with our today's topic where we are going to learn about the Linux commands. But before that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create new EC2 machine. And in previous session, we have already learned about how to create an EC2 machine. So again, I'm going to quickly create a new EC2 machine. So give the name. So click on instance. Click on launch instance. Enter the name of our EC2 machine. Scroll down. Next step, what we need to do, we need to select an EMI. In previous session, we have used Ubuntu. Again, I'm going to use Ubuntu 1. Scroll down. Next, we are getting an option, go with instance type. Instance type it is showing us as T2 micro, and we have discussed in previous session, T2 micro is coming under our free tier. Scroll down. Then we have a key pair. In previous session, we have created one key pair. Can I use the same key pair? Yes, I can use the same key pair. Scroll down. In previous session, we have discussed it whenever we are creating our Linux machine. It is mandatory to enable a port number. SSH port number is mandatory to enable. In previous session, by default, system is enabling a port number and system is creating a security group. But at that time, system is giving a security group name by default, which we are getting it. In previous session, system has created a security group with the name Launch Wizard 8. Can I use the same one? If I want, I can use the same one also by selecting existing security group, and I can search that particular security here. Launch Wizard 8. But I don't want to use this existing one. I want to create a new one. I can create a new one also. Can I give my own name to the security group? So it will be easy for us to recognize. Yes, we can give that also. How we can give? We need to edit these network settings. Scroll down. Here I can give my own name to this particular security. So let's give the name. Done. So we have given our own name to our security group. So in future, if you are required, I can use the same security. And which port system is enabling? SSH. Scroll. Here we are getting 8 GB of our volume size. And the volume which I'm getting, it's like a C drive to us, which we are getting, and it's a root volume we are getting. So this is called as root volume. And here on right hand side, if you want, we can see the details, number of instance, AMI, instance type, security group, and volume. One volume and 8 GB of size. Click on launch instance. Done. we are able to create our Linux EC2 machine. In previous session, we have connected this particular EC2 machine with the help of putty. But as per my promise, which I have told you in previous session, I'm going to show you with Git also, Git bash also. So I'm going to connect this particular EC2 machine now with Git bash. So, but before that, what we need to do? We need to install it. Before installation, we need to download. From where I can download? Let me show this. So just search on Google, download Git. Here I'm getting the first website. Here the first website which we are getting it from where we can download the Git also. So here we have for Mac also, for Windows also, even for Linux based operating system. So I'm sharing this particular link in the chat box. You can also download from here, and let me share the putty link again in the chat box, which I've already shared yesterday also. And again, I'm sharing the putty link also in the chat box. Download. I'm using which operating system? I'm using Windows operating system. So go to Windows. And here, as per our system requirement, we can download 32-bit or 64-bit. Click on that. System is going to download that particular exe file. Now, once we download this exe file, what is the next step we need to do? We need to install this exe file. It's very simple to install this exe file with the same process which we have followed in our previous session. Sorry, not in previous session. Like we are doing it, Google Chrome we are installing. Like a normal Google Chrome we are installing. Same way you can install this also by double click and just click on next, next, next. System is going to install this particular tool in your system. I don't need to install it because in my system, it is already there. You can see here it is showing us Git bash. If I'm start installing right now, what will happen? System will first uninstall it and then system is going to install it. So it takes a lot of time to show you how to install it. So here I have shown you how you can download it. To install it, you just need to double click and just click on next, next, next. You can easily install this Git in your machine. Once you install this particular Git in your Windows machine, what is the next step? Next step is we need to connect to this particular Linux machine with our Git. So for this one, I'm going to select this particular machine, click on connect, go to SSH client. If you might be remember guys, in previous session also we have used this example, but at that time we have only copied this command because at that time we were using putty. But this time we are using Git. So we need to copy this particular full command. I'm going to note down also. Next step. Next step is I need to open the Git. I need to open the Git bash. How can I open? First of all, to open the Git bash, I need to open a folder where I have stored my PEM file. And where we have stored that PEM file? In our batch 153 folder. So I'm going to open this particular folder. Now right click in this particular folder. Here I'm getting it. And what is it path? Desktop batch 153. So make sure you will see the path. Same path here you need to see where you have stored your PEM file. If you are able to see any other path, make sure you change the path. If you are not going to change the path, you are not able to connect to that particular Linux machine. So I'm just going to copy this command, right click, paste, enter. Type as yes, enter. Done. You can see here, we are able to connect to our machine. We are able to connect to our Linux EC2 machine. So we can connect to this machine with the help of Git bash also. We can connect to this particular machine with the help of putty also. Whichever you feel comfortable, you can go with that particular terminal. There is no difference. You can use Git or you can use putty. But if I talk about in market, Git, bash and putty, these are the number 1 and number 2 tools we have in the market. Putty is number 1, Git is number 2. So I want you to familiar with any one tool, which will be help you to practice more things in your system. So this is how we can connect to our machine. Any question anyone have regarding the connection of our this EC2 machine? Please let me know. Any doubt anyone have? Anyone have any question? You need to please raise your hand if you have any question. Okay, I'll repeat again. Now, first of all, to connect to this particular EC2 machine, what we need to do is, we need to select this particular EC2 machine. Click on connect. Once you click on connect, you need to go to SSH client. The example which you are able to see, note down this particular example. And I have already noted down that particular example. Next thing is, you need to open Git bash. And from which location you need to open the Git bash? In the location where you have store your temp file, from the same location. So open this batch 153, right click, Git bash. Done. And now run this particular. Paste, enter. And you can see here, now we are able to connect to our Linux EC2 machine. So this is how you can connect your Linux EC2 machine with the help of Git bash. Yes, Rabia, you can unmute.
Oh, hi, Ankit. Good morning.
Hi, good
Actually, my
morning.
question is my question is we are upcoming session, we are going to use Git bash or putty. Which one you are using?
I'm going, if whichever you guys want, we can use it because there is no difference. The commands which I can use in the Git bash or the command which I'm going to use in putty commands are same.
Okay, because I tried last time, so much error. I didn't get the Git bash. That's my because
I can
concern
use
from
putty also. It doesn't
I
make
mean,
any difference if I use putty or if I use Git bash. It doesn't
okay.
make any difference because commands are exact same. If I'm using, let's
Okay.
example, I'm using putty and you are using
Mhm.
Git bash, or I'm using Git bash, you are using putty. Commands are same. There is no change in the command. Commands are
Okay.
exact same. Whichever I'm going to use here, the same command you need to use.
Okay.
Okay.
2-3 times I install, reinstall again for this Git bash. It didn't work for me. That's why I'm asking you.
Check, try it again. If you face it, you should drop me emails. Share a screenshot with me. I'll try to help
Sure.
you. You are
Okay.
using which operating system, Rabia?
Windows operating system.
Windows, which version?
Windows 10.
In 10 also, which one? Because in 10 also we have multiples. Do you know that?
I have no idea about
Okay.
that.
No issues. You check that one. Okay. Because there is no
Okay.
issue. You can use any one of that one. Try it one more time. If you face any issue, I'll be there for it.
Okay. Then. Thanks,
Okay.
Ankit.
Is it possible? Can I have your system access? Not right now. On
Mhm.
Saturday. that I can try on your system?
Sure. We can do it.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
We'll just try it. If you face any issue, email me. Then I'll tell you which software you can download, and then I'll take your system access and we'll try also.
Okay then. Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Akshay.
Yeah, Ankit, sir, hi, good evening.
Good evening.
So my question was that the SSH you tried in this Ubuntu system, can we do the same for a Amazon machine image also, AMI?
Yes, Linux. I'm showing you the Linux one. The concept is same. You can use Red Hat or you're using Amazon Linux. The process is completely same. There is no change in the process. You can
Okay,
try
but I know.
Amazon Linux also. It's same.
So will there be any difference? Because I think so Ubuntu uses apt package installer and AMI uses
I'm
yum.
talking about the connection of the path. How we can connect it. That I'm telling you. The only thing is username is going to change.
Okay,
Here
sir.
we have Ubuntu user. If you are using Amazon Linux, the username is EC2-user. I'm saying connection is same. Yes, you are correct. Ubuntu is using apt and EC2 Amazon Linux is using yum repository.
Yeah.
So that's a difference. Even Red Hat is also using yum repository. CentOS is also having yum repository. Okay. Those things are different. How to connect to this machine, Akshay? That concept is exact same.
Okay, sir, I got the point.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank
Ashok. Ashok, you have raised your hand. You can ask your question.
Yeah. My question is simple. I want to know how to make a payment.
Ashok, your voice is very low.
I want to know how to make a payment.
Ashok sir, can you please increase your volume?
I want to know how to make a payment.
To make a payment, I'm going to share the link in the chat box.
Yeah, okay.
With the help of this particular link, you can complete your payment.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay.
And free sessions are up to 5 days, right?
Yes.
And these recordings will be provided for us.
Only day 1, day 2, and day 3.
Only day 1, day 2, and day 3. Okay.
Only day 1, day 2 we have already provided. From after day 3, we are not going to share any recording. Only with paid candidates.
Yeah, for paid we can get, right?
Yes, you will get till last date. Whatever session we are all recording paid candidates will get. Even if you might be remember, I have already informed in the previous session what are the things you will get if you're going to join this particular batch. Let me show you that again. Just a minute. These are the things you will get from my side if you're going to join this particular training. Live training, recordings, training PPT, self-learning Linux command, AWS document, AWS Devops sample resumes, interview question dump, self-learning YAML command quiz, self-learning DevOps project. So these are things you will get from my side at the end of it. Okay,
yeah,
sure.
I mean, it was asking to create an account.
Sorry?
For making a payment, it was asking to create an account.
Yes, you need to create an account in our website. Because with that account, when you're going to pay the payment, automatically you will get the access of recordings in your account.
Yeah, okay, done.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you, Ankit.
Okay. Now moving forward, we are going to discuss about some of, okay, someone has more question. Yes, Raj, you can unmute.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, Raj, I'm able to hear you.
I just have a quick question, like regarding payment though, do you accept PayPal or
For
any
taking
other
the
secure link we can use? Because I am hesitant to use the credit card directly.
You are from which location, Raj?
USA.
For making the payment by using PayPal, you can do one thing. You can make a email to our support team. Okay. If you first, I'm requesting you to try by using our website. Because if you try by using website, Raj, on the spot, you will get access. If you're going to make the payment by using PayPal, it takes some time to provide you the access from the backend. Okay. First, I'm requesting you to try by using the website. If you still want to make the payment by using PayPal, you can drop an email to our support team. They will help you. They will share the PayPal details to you. You can make the payment by using PayPal also.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you.
But after making the payment, it takes some time to provide you that access from the backend.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any more questions, Raj?
How long is the duration of the class? Like how long it's gonna last? Like how many weeks or
45 days is the duration of this particular course.
okay.
And today is the day 3.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you. Yeah, that's all I got.
Thank you. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about some of the Linux commands. But what is Linux? Linux is an open source operating system which we have in market, like we have Windows, but Windows is not an open source operating system. Linux is an open source operating system. Anyone can pick that and anyone can modify as per their own requirement. And here are the few of the examples of Linux operating system which we have: Amazon Linux, Ubuntu, CentOS, Red Hat, and many more we have Linux-based operating system in the market. Yeah. So to learn about these Linux commands, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to this particular machine with the help of Putty. Now I have a question for you guys. You can send your answer in the chat box. In previous session, we have created this PEM file. Now I need to connect to this particular EC2 machine with the help of Putty. And we have discussed in previous session, Putty does not support PEM file. Putty supports PPK file. So do I need to generate a PPK file again, or can I use the existing PPK? You can send your answer in the chat box with yes or no. Yes means we need to generate a new key. No means we don't need to generate a new key. Most of the answers are correct. We don't need to generate a new key. I can use the same existing PPK file. I don't need to create a, because the PPK file is same. If I generate one time or if I generate multiple time, every time PPK file is same. Now I'm going to open the Putty. I'm entering the public IP address. In previous session, we have also seen it. I can connect to this particular machine by using public IP address. I can note down this also, which we have noted down in previous session, the host details, or we can connect to this particular machine by using public IP address. So just select your EC2 machine, and here in the below, we are getting the public. So just copy the public IP, paste here, select your PPK file. We have already learned in previous session also how to select a PPK file. Here I'm getting a PPK file. Click on open, click on open, click on accept, and now I need to enter a user. Anyone can tell me the username which I need to enter for Ubuntu EC2 machine? In the chat box, you can confirm. Okay. The correct answer is Ubuntu. Some of are sending me answer as EC2-user also. For Ubuntu EC2 machine, by default, its username is Ubuntu. EC2-user is a Amazon Linux default username. If you are using Amazon Linux operating system, then a default username is EC2-user. But right now we are using Ubuntu. For Ubuntu, default username is Ubuntu. Even if you see the command, here our default username is Mitch. So I'm entering Ubuntu. Here. So we are able to connect to our machine. And now we are going to discuss about the first Linux command to learn about this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a file here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to create a file. Now, next step. To create files in Linux, we have multiple ways. To create a file in Linux, we have multiple ways. Some of the ways we are going to discuss it, but the first way which I'm going to show you is cat. Cat command I'm going to use here to create a cat space symbol space our file. File name can be any name. Let me give the file name as AWS. So copy, paste. How we can paste it? By right click. I'm just right click of my mouse, enter. Now when I press enter, it is asking me to enter a content in the file. I mean the text which I want to store in this particular file, that particular text I need to write. So here I'm giving welcome to AWS Devops training. Enter. I'm giving today's date 13 July 2023. Enter. Thank you. Again enter. I just want to store only these 3 lines. The first line is welcome to AWS DevOps training. Second line is 13 July 2023. And the third line we have given as thank you. Now, I need to save this particular, exit this file and save this file. To exit this file and save this file, I need to press some buttons from my keyboard. Control D. Done. Control D link we have pressed here. With the help of this one, we are able to create our file and save our file. Done. So we are able to create our file and we are able to save our file also. Now the next thing. I have created this file. Do I have any proof that this file get created? No. Right now I don't have any proof. So is there any way how we can check this particular file? Yes, I can check this particular file by using a command called ls command. By using ls command, I can just mention here, with the help of this one, we can see how whatever the files we have or whatever the folders we have in this particular location, I can see all files and all folders. And are we able to see our file here? Yes, we are able to see our file here. And what is the name of that particular file? The file name is AWS. So we have created our file with the name AWS. Next thing. Next thing is I need to clear this screen. Right now, whatever the text I am able to see here, whatever the commands we have run here, I want to clear my screen. To clear this particular screen, we have a very simple command called clear. So we have run a command called clear, and with the help of clear command, we are able to clear our screen. Now, next thing, I want to read the file. To read this particular file, we can again use cat command. To create also we are using cat command. To read also we are using cat command. To create a file, we are using cat space symbol space file name. But to read a file, we just need to type cat space file name. So I'm copying this one, right click, enter. And you can see here we are able to read our file. These are the 3 lines we have added in our file. Welcome to AWS Devops training, 13th July 2023, and thank you. So the 3 lines we have added, we are able to read. So this is how we can create our file. We can see our file and we can read our file. Now, any question anyone have regarding these few commands which we have learned? Please raise one. Yes, so do you have any question? Please let me know.
Oh, no, I'm okay. No question.
Okay. Yes, Rahul, you can unmute.
Yes, Uncle. I was just to let you know about where the peoples are participants are chatting with you. If you're confirming on the chat box.
They are sending us message in the chat box to me, and they can only send message to me only. They can't send message to any other person.
Okay, these messages are not seen by every person.
No, only by
Okay.
me.
Okay.
Okay. So
I
if you are
just
going to send any
confirm
message or
because
if I'm replying to anyone, I'm the only person who can see all the messages.
my messages are seeing only one. That's why I'm asking.
No, I'm the only one who is seeing those messages.
Okay.
Not other person can see your messages.
Okay. 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 Thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, Richard, you can.
Could you please send the WhatsApp link, and also are the recorded classes put into WhatsApp?
I'm sharing the WhatsApp group link, Richard, in the chat box. I'll inform my team. After the session, they will again share day 1 and day 2 recording again in the WhatsApp group, and day 3 recording also they are going to share.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, please join the group by using the link which I've shared in the chat box. Any more questions, Richard?
No. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anyone have any question? Okay. Now moving forward, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove a file. Remove means delete a file. To remove a file, we have a command called rm command. Rm space file name. Enter. Done. I'm going to use again a same command ls to see our file. And if you see here, we are not able to see our file. Why we are not able to see our file? Because we have deleted our file with the help of rm. Now, moving forward, now I'm going to show you how we can create directory. But before that, we need to understand what is directory. In Windows machine, we can call it a folder. What are these things? These are folders in my machine. In Linux machine, we can call it a directory. We can call it a directory. So here I'm going to create a directory. To create a directory, we have a command called mkdir, make directory. So with the help of this mkdir command, I'm going to create a directory. So let's create a directory. mkdir, and this time I'm creating a directory with the name DevOps. Copy, right click, enter. ls. Here we are able to see our directory. So with the help of ls command, you can see our files also. With the help of ls command, we can see our directories also. Next step. Next step is I'm going to run one command called pwd. pwd command helps us to check the current location of my cursor. Where is my cursor right now? If I want to check the current location with the help of pwd command, I can check. Right now, my cursor is in home Ubuntu. So here is my cursor right now. And anyone knows the full form of PWD? You can please confirm in the chat box. Correct answers. I got till the time all the correct answer. Please don't use short names. Whenever sending the answer, please always use the full name. Okay. I'll give you the correct answer. Whatever the answers I got in the chat box, those are also correct. We have two full forms of PWD. Earlier, we had just only one full form, and a few days before I got information, now we have two full forms. Older full form is present working directory. So whatever the older full form we have, that is 100% correct. And now we have the latest full form also. That latest full form is called as print working directory. So present working directory is also correct. Print working directory is also correct. So it might be if you give any of the answer from these two, both are correct. Present working directory and print working directory. Now the next thing what I need to do is I need to go in this particular folder, the directory which I have created. I need to go in this particular directory. In Windows machine, what we are doing here, I'll double click on that folder. Now I'm in that particular folder. But in Linux, if I want to go in this particular folder, we need to use some command here. By using this terminal, we need to use some command. And what is that command? CD. CD stands for change directory. So mention a command called CD space that particular directory name. Directory name means that particular folder name. So I'm going to mention our directory name DevOps. Enter. And see here, it is showing us DevOps tools. PWD. Earlier we are getting home Ubuntu. But now what I'm getting? Home Ubuntu DevOps. So with the help of this PWD command, we can check the current location of our cursor, where our cursor is there, that particular location we are able to see. So this is how we can create a directory, and we can go into that particular directory also by using a command called cd. Now, next thing. What I'm going to do is under this particular directory, I'm going to create a file. Like earlier, we have created a file. Same way, again, I'm going to create. So let me use cat humble, and I'm giving the name as AWS. Enter. Welcome. Yeah. I have created this file. Now, please confirm in the chat box. I want to save this file and exit this file. How can I do that? Please quickly send your answer in the chat box. Correct. So whatever the answers I got, that is correct. To save this particular file, we need to press Control D. And by using ls, we are able to see our file, the file which we have created. Next step. Next step is I need to exit this particular directory. I need to exit this particular directory and I need to go back to my previous directory. As per my current location, I'm in the DevOps one, and I need to go back to Ubuntu, one of my previous directory. Whenever we want to go one of the previous directory, again, we need to use cd command. With the help of cd command, we can do a lot of things. Now, this time what we are doing it, cd space dot. As per my PPT, I'm mentioning only 2 dots. So we need to mention only 2 dots, or can I mention 3, 4 dots also? No, only 2 dots. So cd space dot dot. With the help of this one, our cursor will automatically move to one of our previous directory. So we'll move to from DevOps to Google. I'm pressing enter. Again, I'm using PWD. See. Here we are. So here we are able to move to one of the previous directory by using a command called cd space. Let's check ls. Are we able to see our DevOps folder here? Directory? Yes, we are able to see it. The next thing what I need to do is I need to delete this particular directory. To delete this particular directory, we have a command called rmdir. rmdir space file directory. Enter. But when I press enter, we are getting an error message. Please read this error message. Failed to remove DevOps directory not empty. With the help of rmdir, I can delete the directory, but the directory needs to be empty. But what we have done, under our DevOps directory, we have created one file also. We have created one file. So with the help of this particular rmdir, I can't delete this particular directory because in this one we have one. So do we have any other alternatives? I want to delete the directory also. I want to delete a file also. Yes. We have a command called rm-r. With the help of this particular command, I can delete the directory also. And with that particular directory, our file is also going to delete by the system. So rm-r. With the help of this one, we can do it. So this is how we can delete our directory also. Now let's check by using ls command. See, we are not able to see our directory. So this is how we can delete our directory. Even if we have file, we can use this particular command. If you don't have a file, then you can use rmdir. With the help of this one, system is going to delete your directory. And what is the full form of this R? R stands for recursive. So with the help of this also, we can delete our. Now, any question anyone have, whatever we have discussed till now, please raise your hand. Yes, Javed.
Sir, how can we go inside the file, sir? How can we access file?
By you want to read the file or edit the file?
Edit file.
How to edit, we'll learn in upcoming session. I'm going to show you.
Or read the file?
To read the file, we have discussed it just few minutes before. We can use a command called cat command. Where is that one? Just a minute. Here is a cat space file name. With the help of this one, we can read our file.
Okay. If I'm going to back again, then
back again means
CD count. CD.
You want to go to back of to one of the previous directory, cd space dot dot.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll go back to one of the previous directory. We have a command called cd space dot dot.
Then I want to access the file. Then
to read a file, cat command. Edit a file, I'm going to show you in upcoming session.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, Akshay.
Ankit, so my question was that in Windows we have some like recycle bin. So in Linux, do we have something like that? Recycle bin or something?
If you have a graphical user interface, in graphical user we have. In terminals, we don't have anything.
Okay, so for graphical interface, we need to install that genome packages, no?
In graph, we don't have access of graphical user interface for EC2 machines.
Okay, for Ubuntu, do we require in DevOps, do we require GUI based interface for
We
that?
don't have any access, Akshay.
Okay, sir.
We don't require it, even we don't have access. For EC2
Okay, sir,
machine, we
okay.
don't have any graphical user face access for Linux machines. Only for Windows we have.
Okay, sir, I got your point. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Now, moving forward, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a directory D1, and under D1, I'm going to create a directory D2. Anyone can raise hand and help me to create this particular directory by using this particular process. Anyone can raise hand who can help me with this. Yes, Komal.
Yes, sir.
So can you please let me know how we can create D1 directory, and under D1 directory, I need to create one more directory with the name D2 directory.
Yeah, mkdir
Hmm.
-p. At a time, we can do.
I don't want to create all the one in one single go. I want to create one by one.
Okay, mkdir and the directory
Hmm.
name which you want.
I want to give as D1.
Okay.
Done. Next step.
Yeah. Then cd d1.
Correct.
Then
Next step.
mkdir and create d2.
Correct. Now I need to go into this particular directory D2.
cd d2.
Correct. So this is how we can create our multiple directories also we are able to see. Thank you, Komal, for your help.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, just few minutes before we have discussed one command called cd space ... Now, what we have discussed it with cd space ... we can go to one of the previous directory. Now I'm going to use a command called pwd. If I use a cd space ... command now, as per my current location, is my cursor will move to Ubuntu or my cursor will go to D1 directory? What do you think, guys? You can confirm in the chat box. cd space ... will help us to go back to one of the previous directory. Right now, my cursor in D2. So if I'm using, my cursor will go to Ubuntu or to D1. Let's try also practical. Enter. When I press enter, check pwd, we are able to see D1. So this is what we have discussed it. With the help of cd space ... we can go back to one of the previous directory. So if you want to go back to one of the previous directory, with the help of cd space ... we can go back to one of the previous directory. Now again, I'm going to my D2 directory cd D2. Let's move with more commands. Earlier, we have discussed it by using cd folder, the directory name. If I give here, I can go into that particular directory. Then we have discussed it cd space ... will help us to go back to one of the previous directory. We have one more thing. I can just mention cd command also. If I mention just a cd command, wherever my cursor will there, it's in one directory, it's in two directory, or I'm in under 10 directories. Wherever your cursor will be there, it will directly jump to your user. So if I'm going to use cd command now, from whatever the location we have, it will directly jump to your user. So I'm just going to use a command called cd, enter, check pwd. Where is my cursor now? In home, Ubuntu. So with the help of just a cd command, wherever a cursor will there, it will directly jump from that particular location to your user, whichever the user you are login, it will go. So with the help of CD command, we can do a lot of things. Even we can do some more things also with the help of CD. Now what we can do? If you know the path of that particular location, if you know the path, then with the help of CD command, you can directly go to that particular path also. But for this one, you need to know the path. If you know the path, then you can do that. Like I know the path of the D2 directory. I need to directly go to D2 directory. I know that D2 directory is in D1 directory. So I can type cd/d1/d2. Sorry, cd d1/d2, not slash. This is what we need. Enter. pwd cd. Here. So if you know the path of that particular directory by using cd command, you can go to that particular directory. But you can only move to that particular directory if you know the path. If you don't know the path, you need to follow the process. CD, then go into that particular directory, then again need to go to that particular directory. Like this, you need to go. Because you don't know the proper path. You need to check the files and then you are going to. So with the CD command, you can do lot of things you can do. Now, any question anyone have regarding this, please let me know. Anyone have doubt, anything, if you have any doubt, you want to ask anything, please let me know. Next thing. So with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the session here because we have learned just few of the Linux command. And continuation of these Linux commands, we are going to complete in our tomorrow session. So any question anyone have, you can please let me know. Yes, Sola, you can unmute.
Would you please mind sharing these commands with us in the WhatsApp group?
Sorry, can you please repeat again question?
No, I'm asking if you can share the commands with us
These
in the
commands,
WhatsApp group.
No, sorry, we are not going to share this command in the WhatsApp group. We are uploading this particular PDF in our website. So those are paid candidates, they can access this PDF from there.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So that after registration, right? After you pay, you can access them.
Then you can
Okay.
access the PDFs from our website.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you. Anyone have any more questions? Yes, Achari, you can unmute.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, actually, I am new to this. Today, I am attending the first class. So, is there any process? System requirement for this applications? Only
Not
Linux, sir?
To learn about DevOps, you just need to have a basic Linux knowledge. That's what we have started today.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, in a system configuration, high performance systems are needed for this.
No, not much required. Not much required. A very basic system with 8 GB of RAM and 500 GB of hard disk, or even just if you have 256 GB also, that is also sufficient.
Okay, in my system only Windows is there. Is there an application
I'm
to
also
install
using
for
a
that?
Windows. I'm also using a Windows operating system.
Okay, so you are using Linux commands, right?
So because for that one we have created a Linux EC2 machine. In yesterday's session we have learned about how we can create our AWS account, and how there we can create our EC2 machine. That's what we have done today, and because of that we are able to practice it. Okay, so I just want to know, are you in the WhatsApp group of batch 153?
Yeah, just now I registered.
You have joined it. So I'll inform my team. They will again share day 1, day 2 recording again. So you can please check those also. So you can check if you have any doubt, you can ask me in the tomorrow session. or I'm going to share my email ID in the chat box. Please note down, you can email me also.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anyone have any more questions? Okay. No questions. So with this, I'm ending this session. In tomorrow's session, we are going to continue with our Linux commands. Thank you all. Thank you for joining today's session. See you tomorrow. Have a nice day. Thank you.